the subject are to inspire adults to improve personally, emotionally, professionally, or spiritually, relying heavily on emotional people.
Vince Curran, How to Win Friends, Influence People, Make $1 million, and Lose Weight. Vince Curran.
I love that title because it says it all and it does it all. I am here to kind of get something out of my chest. As the great Brene Brown says, that vulnerability is a good thing and you should be more vulnerable because it's more authentic to you, it's more authentic to everyone around you. And I take that advice and I am here to make a confession to all of you today. This is kind of tough, but I am an addict. And if you're an addict, we addicts refer to it as, I'm a recovering addict, which basically means, at any point, I could go back to doing what I was doing before. One of the things that people do not realize about addiction is that the reason we get into it is because it feels good. It does. I mean, people go, oh, why did you get into the heroin and you're just blah, 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 blah. Because the first time you do it, man, does it feel good. And it continues to feel good all the time. And you could easily go back into it. People don't take that part of it into account. So I just want to say that I am addicted to self-help books. Anyone else? Testify, girlfriend.
It'll be strong for you.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. They are everywhere, and I've been reading them for many, many, many years. Self-help books are terrific, and most of them have some very good and valuable information in them. The reason I think we are kind of drawn to self-help books is because, all our lives we go through constant criticism. I mean, all our lives we're getting criticism from the left and the right and judgments and this and that and the other thing. And eventually we start to think, well, something's wrong with me. And the problem is we don't know what that is. And a lot of these books kind of try to tell you what's wrong with you, which is great, because you don't know. The problem is you don't know what the problem is. So you go to the books, and they identify the problem for you, and by golly, they tell you how to fix it. Looks good on lots of paper, doesn't it? It doesn't always work that way, because no matter what these books say, there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all solution for stuff. There really isn't. Everything is personal to you, and most of the problems that I have anyway are personal to me. But the books are everywhere, and they've been around for a long time, and I've read so many of them, so many of them. They go way, 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 way back. A lot of them that were written in the 30s, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That one was, which one? That's not Norman Vincent Peale. That is
Dale Carnegie.
That's whom?
Dale Carnegie.
Of course, it's Dale Carnegie. Why didn't I know? But apparently, they, at least in Philadelphia, they actually pronounce it Carnegie. Just something to know when you go to Philadelphia. Carnegie. Dale Carnegie. I mean, there are so many of them. Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill. Which, as you can see right there, there's a major flaw right there in the title. Think? Yeah, that's going to work. I'm okay. You're okay. Okay. Think and Grow Rich? Yeah, that's why I'm not rich. Psycho-cybernetics. I don't even know what that one is. That sounds like some sort of insane robot, doesn't it? I'm a psycho-cybernetic and I'll be back. What color is your parachute? I don't really care as long as it's the color that will get me safely to the ground. The power of now. Yes! When again? Now. Oh, that's right, now. Duh. Oh, the places you will go. Finally, this is the first book that was actually written by a doctor. Daring Greatly, which is the one I talked about earlier by Brene Brown, who started off as a social worker, and she was just studying things, and she realized that what was missing in so many people's lives is nobody's vulnerable. We're all very frightened by things. It just is the way it is. And we all keep little secrets to ourselves, about ourselves. So you have to be vulnerable and truthful about yourself and share that with others. It just is very, very helpful. There's so many books though. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Not just effective people, but highly effective people. The Secret, which is the book you have to whisper. The Secret is about the law of attraction, which is exactly the same as the power of positive thinking. If you feel it, if you live it, if you understand it, it will come to you. The Art of Asking. Brian Tracy has one called Eat That Frog, which, thanks. I had a big lunch. Failing Forward, which actually sounds good, and I think probably that's more of my philosophy because unfortunately I think I've had more failures than ever. But if you learn from your failures, I am probably one of the smartest people you've ever met. As Joan Baez would say, and I think it applies to all these books, but she said in The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, take what you need and leave the rest. And that's what we should do about anything, seriously. Take what you need and leave the rest. Because sometimes it'll work for you, and sometimes it will not. But I think one of the most important things I learned from these books is, well, from that and from AA, was to take a good, hard, honest look at yourself and do a personal inventory. And from that inventory, I've actually learned something. I'm going to tell you guys something that you will never believe. I am an introvert. I'm a very serious introvert. I always have been, ever since I was a child. I've always been happy being by myself and everything else. But that's just not the way the world works. So I sort of adjusted a little bit. I became a little bit more outgoing when I started to become an adult, just to get over the introversion. And because I was interested in doing comedy, and you have to do that in public. You can't do comedy at home. It doesn't work, honestly. And the other thing I have is I have kind of a form of OCD that is called hyper-responsibility. And I got that from the training and conditioning I got from my parents. They made me responsible for everything, so in my mind, I am responsible for everything. If anything goes wrong, it's my fault. No matter if I did it, you did it, they did it, anybody else did it, somebody in Washington did it, it's my fault. I feel that way, and it's difficult. But it's just the way life is, and I'm learning to live with it, which I think is really good. But as an introvert, here's some stuff. I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick out some of the best stuff from all of these books, really. Something that you can keep in your mind, keep in your heart and your soul. First of all, if you are introverted like me, and as Matt always says, he always says, introvert, you know what you do? Join stuff. Join groups that are like-minded people, which we've done here in Toastmasters. We can actually speak, which is something that introverts don't do very much. And we get together with a bunch of people. We make friendships and things like that. Eat better. Makes sense, right? Exercise. These are all good things. Declutter, which is one of the books I read years ago, and it was brilliant. Like Karen King said about just decluttering and cleaning up. And decluttering means to throw out the trash in your physical environment and the stuff that's in your head. Get rid of it. If you don't need it, it's goodbye. Be honest to yourself. Be real. Just sit down and do an inventory and really honestly be honest. And trust your gut. Because that is kind of the lizard brain and it's always there. Always reach for a better thought or a better action. If you feel comfortable doing something, yahoo, do it. If you feel uncomfortable, don't do it. Your body knows. It's telling you. Open your heart, open your mind, and open your eyes. Most of us go through life sleepwalking. Be aware, or as the young kids say, be woke! Ooh. Go out there and find the beauty. It is out there. Find the passion. It is out there. You just have to be looking for it. If you're looking for bad stuff, you're going to find it, trust me. Get a pet. They're good for you. And you're good for them, especially if it's a rescue pet. Be kind. Be loving. Laugh. Stop hating, start giving, and start enjoying. And here's one thing that I want you all to know. You do not have to be a king. You do not have to be a billionaire. I'm sure that's what everybody wants to be. That's what everybody thinks. Here's the best thing I can ever tell you. Lower your standards. Seriously, we don't need all that junk. And so, at the end of the show, please go in the back of the room and buy my new book, Lower Your Standards and Be Happy. Thank you.
And I missed Lisa's adventure, but he likes the feeling of weightlessness, so short of going into orbit, he's Mr. Zipline, so you can talk to him about where to find a zipline.